Good morning. So, I'm going to talk to you this morning briefly about something that's been coming up for me, and I find myself speaking to myself about it and to my loved ones about it, which could be any of you because you're all loved by me. Each day, I give myself what I call the alphabet, the ABCs, all the way to Z of emotions. There's so many emotions out there that every day I give myself a new alphabet to fill. And I make sure that I don't get stuck at one certain one. Even if it really feels good, I know that my key to growth and my key to expanding my comfort zone and to allowing space for movement consistently and continuously is to just, no matter what it feels, also be willing to step out of it and into a different emotion. And sometimes emotions will all show up at once, and I get to be clear what those emotions are so that I know and honor them, allow them to be present, but also move forward because, again, there's other emotions waiting for me to happen throughout the day, for me to experience. And it allows myself to, again, be true to who I am in the moment, honor it, love it, no matter what it feels like. But just know that there's also something else waiting for me. And well, what that looks like for me is that I can experience anxiety, stress, peace, love, abundance, joy, passion, frustration, uneasy, uneasement. I'm sure there's a better word for it than that, but in the moment, it's what I'm using. Anyhow, all maybe at once, if I'm really honest with myself, because it is possible to be those things. But then I say, okay, now to breathe in and let that all go, because there's also other emotions to feel. And again, it allows me to not get stuck, especially now in a time of me facing my body in a way that a lot of feedback my body's generating for me, saying, by the way, here I am, all these years, here I am, I'm here, and now I'm having to deal with it. And I say deal with it, and like it's kind of feels heavy because it is, but it's also pleasant and beautiful because it's allowing me to get back to me. And in that one, anytime an opportunity presents for you to get back to you, especially if you haven't done it in a really long time, and if you're anything like me, which is a huge giver to humanity, I'm always looking at how I can be in support, but that could also leave me with where am I with myself, which is highly important so that I can keep being in support for you. And give me 1 second, 1 second. Okay, wanted to make sure that we're on recording. That's kind of important too. But anyhow, so my emotion in this moment, to give you an example, not to get off track, but is I was a little anxious at the fact that I had to turn my phone to see if why didn't I check that to begin with, right? But it's all about being in the moment. I feel it, and now I'm going to let the anxiousness go and allow something else to be, which is focused. Now I'm going to feel focused and back connected with you guys. So give me a moment. So, speaking of getting back with myself, so once I come back with one, there's a lot of things that have been abandoned, a lot of things that I haven't addressed. I've either, oh, I'll get back to it, and then I don't even remember what it is. So now it's like plaque on the teeth. After not brushing your teeth for a day, it feels like there's this thick layer that needs to be brushed. Well, that happens when we abandon ourselves or neglect ourselves in any way. Our body holds on to it. And then we wonder why we get hives like I did last night and woke up to. Because there's that resistance and that holding on to. It's not just my knee that's tight. It's other parts of my body that's tight. And then the hives are a representation of it. I don't need to go pay all the doctor's fees and figure out what's going on. I have hives, I'm breaking out, because it's another way my body's giving me the feedback. So, what do I do with that information? Well, I have a whole alphabet of emotions I can experience, and I'm not going to just get stuck. So, again, I'm facing my body, which can bring up all kinds of things. And no matter where you're at in your life, how much you've excelled forward, stuff will always, just like plaque, like flossing, if you don't quite floss, stuff gets up in those corners. Or if you don't do it well, or you forget, stuff gets in those corners. And you got to get it out. Well, it happens sometimes throughout life. That's kind of a yucky representation, but it's a good one. And it happens throughout life, though, in our bodies. We hold on to this plaque, and when we go to the hygienist, we become our own hygienist essentially. There's a lot there to uncover and to get off and to clean so that our teeth can be beautiful as they're meant to be, shiny and just feel soft and I don't know quite what words to use in that moment, so I'm just going to let that go. But anyhow, just rejuvenated and ready to smile and happy. And apparently they are there anyways. They came up just now, ready to go face the day. And my little chihuahuas are waking up ready to start their day, start their alphabet of emotions. Anyhow, so even with like, okay, so I'm facing my body and past will come up. I missed that part. Sometimes the representation of plaque was times in our past. It will come up. And so I'm addressing certain things that are coming up. No judgments, no towards anybody. Not holding on to anything really. I looked. It just shows up. It doesn't control me, but it's there. It's present. Every once in a while, things creep up. So I address it. I feel an emotion, but then I allow myself to let another thought come in, or the thought stays the same, but another emotion comes in. And it's beautiful because I get to learn so much about myself that I'm not just one thing. I'm not just five things. My whole body is made up of so much. It's amazing how capable we are of feeling. Don't get attached. Allow yourself to relax your knuckles. Move the blood in your body by moving yourself, the energy in you by moving yourself so that you can experience new things. Grieving my mother. Well, that is heavy, but then it's also fun because it allows me to reminisce and see my mom in a new way. We go through our lives, we have these stories of things that have happened to us in our lives, and we go through them telling these stories and telling these stories. And as we age, they might change because we get used to telling them, so it's kind of like it's rehearsed, right? But not so much for me, not now, because now I'm seeing my mom in that same story a complete different way. That's crazy to me. It's interesting. So grieving's also entertaining for myself and exciting and fun. It doesn't have to be heavy. So it's beautiful. But then in that same very day, I can be grieving and sad and heavy and maybe not even want to talk about it. There's a knot in my throat and I just, don't know where to go with it. So then I honor that emotion and I let it go. And then I allow something else to come in. We are capable of feeling so many things. Don't get attached to just one. You have a whole alphabet of things to feel, a whole dictionary, encyclopedia. I mean, go for it. Feel all kinds of things. Don't get stuck though, because then you're stifling yourself and the people around you and what you're capable of. There's days where I feel stupid, smart, highly intelligent, and slow and dorky and nerdy and stuck in my self-judgment. And then I feel abundance of love and compassion and empathy and just all kinds of things for myself. But it's just a whirlwind. Does that mean you're bipolar? No, it means that you're comfortable with allowing yourself to feel different things, comfortable with who you are and knowing that this moment isn't who I am. It's just a part of my makeup. It's just a part of something that's going to go through me and flush out. Everybody grieves differently. So yesterday, contacted one of my loved ones, and I noticed that they're on a different page than me. And it seemed my energy from that was that they kind of might have been stuck on that for a while too. And my first reaction was to want to go back to, I wanted to flip into anger mode because I don't want to have to worry. In that moment, I didn't want to have to worry about someone else's feelings because I have my own. Well, blah, why should I have to worry about you when I have my own? But then that's not really who I am. It was a part of my thoughts. So it's not really my whole makeup. I'm not going to let that emotion control me. I'm going to let that go, but then know that there's also compassion and empathy. Remember, I'm working on the compassion part, where That person's on their grieving schedule, on their ABC. Whether they get stuck or not, it is also, as you start getting comfortable with this, ABCs, notice where other people are at in their ABCs of grieving or of being emotional. In general, emotions, they just go. No, start noticing the people around you. This world isn't just about you. You've got to notice the people around you, and it's intriguing. And it'll open you up like a lotus flower to be able to have deeper connected conversations with people and to laugh more and go, wow, you want to let go of that emotion so that you can allow space for a new emotion? It's beautiful, and you're going to bloom, and you're going to get stuck, but then you're going to realize again, I can get out of this because I'm not just one thing. I'm built with all kinds of things. And I'm going to allow things to move, to move, to move through me. And then when that day's over, you get a whole new day, possibly. Not everybody, but some of us get gifted a new day of life where we don't have to be stuck on yesterday. We can feel differently about it and create something new and be excited about it. And just know that when you're having a horrible day, wonderful. Give yourself permission to laugh about it. Give yourself permission to be angry and laughing at the same time, to be emotional and laughing at the same time. Give yourself permission to mix some stuff up. It's how you're going to experience yourself and learn and appreciate things more. So that way when you experience the happiness and joy and peace and all those amazing feelings all at once, you can appreciate it more. And also the people around you and who you are, and just know, wow, I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am capable of feeling so many different emotions. And if you ever get stuck, just remember there's another emotion waiting, and it's waiting for you. No one else can provide that. It's waiting for you to allow yourself to surrender into something new, a possibility that you don't have to just feel that emotion. I love you guys. I know I've been speaking really fast and pretty passionate about this in this moment. I love you, I love you, I love you. But I'm also tired. And that's okay. We can feel multiple things at once. Have a beautiful day. Create beautiful results. Don't be attached to necessarily what it looks like, because there's plenty of emotions you can feel about it.